Hello, welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today I have the pleasure of having with me Irving Muniz, who's the CEO of The Modern Marketer in Newport News. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, nice to have you here. Why don't we just start off with give us an overview of The Modern Marketer.
Okay, so The Modern Marketer is a full service marketing company. So while some marketing companies specialize in just getting you individual projects, such as they'll get you flyers, or someone else will sell you on a website, and then someone else will sell you on social media, we actually create marketing plans and strategies that help actually meet your business goals off your business model and off market research. So it's a little different in the sense that that's what we focus on.
And you work outside the area too, right?
Yeah, we've actually got to work with a bunch of different people and a bunch of different business owners, whether it be people in Louisiana, whether it be people in California or New York or DC or Maryland. We've actually been able to have a pretty wide extension just off the fact of the amount of services that we offer and the fact that we can create business models and strategies off of what they're already doing.
Okay. How did you get involved in marketing, this whole field?
Oh, man. Well, it feels like it's been a while, but...
It couldn't be that long. You're too young.
Oh, man. Well, it feels like it. I was doing real estate, and I was working with Long & Foster. I was the youngest realtor there, and I was also the youngest realtor in the association. And so I was working at it, and I was doing pretty well, and I was gotten to dabble in a few different markets, whether it be sales or foreclosures, and I saw that if I was able to do this with the little bit of market research that I know, I'm sure that if I can help some of the people really working in this industry, we can really make a big impact. And that was what I was able to do. I was able to set up social media groups, and I was able to increase sales and help individual agents, start their social media page and also have social media literacy in a sense.
I see. Okay. Well, social media is certainly huge today. So what type of marketing does your company do specifically?
So we create marketing strategies.
Right.
So what we do is we have created a system. It's of active, passive, and SEO. So what we believe is that if we fill your business model and marketing plan up with a correct system, you'll get a better result. So we have active marketing, which is being able to see something. So it'd be the similar sense of if I give you a business card, and then you took that card, and then you walked around, and then you saw something on the street, a flyer, and it said my name as well. Just off that card and off that flyer, which is now passive marketing, you're getting a better sense of my business, and you're getting more credibility.
It'd be like branding?
Branding.
Yeah.
And then the only thing next is figuring out what type of target I'm looking for. So if I know that you're looking for a barber, and I handed out a card for that, and you saw a barbershop flyer, and then if you type in barbershop on Google and I'm the first thing that pops up, I'll normally have the best result. So we set that up on different levels.
All right. So what separates you from other companies, marketing companies? We've had a number of marketing companies on here too, but what separates you? What makes you different? I know because you told me on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, a few things. One being the sense that we do set up strategies. A lot of marketing companies do one or two things, and then they leave you. We actually work with the longevity of the client and set up a plan and work with them through it. The next thing is the fact that we really do teach a lot about financial literacy and about market research. Normally the clients that we have, whether it be Michael Copon or whether it be Allied Tech Prep, which is in Louisiana, who's a pharmaceutical tech company, or whether it just be a local restaurant like Polly's, what we can do is we really can hone in on what they're doing and try to create different marketing plans from the things around us that we've seen in the bigger markets coming from New York and California, incorporate it into what they're doing. So it's a system of marketing and a style of marketing rather than just this typical here's this or here's your print.
So what advice do you have for small business owners that are trying to market themselves?
Oh, well, if you're a small business and you're trying to expose yourself, I recommend that you put yourself on a platform that allows you to be seen. And that could be in a sense of social media like an Instagram or a Facebook, but if you're a restaurant, that could be the same as like a Grubhub or even a Yelp. And so what you want to do is you want to put yourself on platforms that actually relate to your market, that actually are where your market is driving to. So you get a lot farther when you work with the people and the things around you that are actually successful, rather than working just to do things that are a little bit closer. So you want your business model to fit your business goals. And so you normally can get that by finding companies that are already in your market, that are already reaching your goals, and figuring out of their model what you're missing. So that normally will get you a little farther.
All right, that's good advice. Okay, so we mentioned you were young. As a millennial, what do you see as a challenge that you've had to face in this in your business?
Oh man! Besides getting into places sometimes because of the age, which I'm just messing. But mostly it's the experience and credibility. As a marketing company, when you go to some of these bigger people, or rather it be celebrities or larger businesses and corporations, you have to have experience and credibility. You have to have something to work with. And so, you can't just create things out of thin air. So what you have to do is bring them something. And what I figured out was the best way to supplement years of credibility and years of experience is market research. Is figuring out what they're doing, what their competitors are doing, what their market cap value is, and then really getting a whole analysis on everything so that we can come to them with the most amount of information, and then they can take it from there. But normally, just from that and incorporating with our style of marketing, we normally can get a better result for anybody. And
so I would imagine though that because you're a millennial, that you grew up in this tech that we're experiencing now, and of course it's changing all the time, but you're really familiar with it,
Yes.
and so you're comfortable with it. And so I think that because of that you are a millennial, they would see that as a positive in that respect, that this is stuff you understand and use all the time. So,
and there's a lot of millennials though,
that's true.
and so when you're now talking about the millennial side, the millennial they don't have, in some sense, it's a different style of business. And I remember we spoke earlier about it as well. But millennials seem to have a different style of a business model. When you look at some of the older generation and how they're doing business, it seems like the longevity is there a lot longer. It seems like the business model meets their goals, as well as they seem like they have a few things more connected, while millennials just jump in. And so that's the biggest problem. Even though people can see us having experience and maybe social media, they may not see us having business and real world experience. So that's what comes down to supplement it with all this market research. And that's what comes down to me telling you guys all the same material.
Right.
But,
Okay. All right. Well, this question I wrote out is a bit long-winded, so I'm going to actually read it so I don't mess it up. All right.
Okay.
So it says, I saw on your website that you were at New York Fashion Week as well, and you were just in LA working with an artist from Interscope. Why did you choose this area to do business, and what keeps you so passionate about helping small businesses in this area?
Oh, well, that's a good question. As far as what keeps me passionate about this area, it really is the small businesses. There's so many, and there's so many different businesses in this area, coming from a New York Fashion Week, or coming from a Beverly Hills, or a market like that, where there's going to be a lot of franchises, there's going to be a lot of different owners, there's going to be a lot of different hands in the pot, as well as there's not going to be a real connection to the project. And so when you come out here, you really can see more of a connection to what they're doing. There's a lot of small businesses.
A lot of one-on-one.
A lot of business to business.
Right.
And there's a lot of opportunities for people to create business, whether it be the shipyard or whether it be from the military. A lot of small businesses grow and develop in this area, and a lot of people have an opportunity to work with what they've wanted to do their whole life. So you can get great stories, learn stuff that franchises have been running with, and you can really get somebody who's been working at it their whole life and get it right there and there. So that keeps me really passionate to see their face when we can bring that to them, and we can hear more about what they've been doing.
Okay, and is there anything I haven't mentioned? Because that last long question was my last question. So is there anything I forgot to mention or you'd like to bring up?
No, not
I did a pretty good job, huh?
I think you did. I think you did a pretty good job. I mean, for the most part, we're just a full-service marketing agency.
Okay.
We handle everything from billboards to app development to website management to getting you social media to managing it to graphic design. So we really will do anything that your market caters to. That's a lot different than a lot of people.
Right.
So because of that, it makes a big difference. So if you want to know anything more about marketing, or about learning about financial literacy in your division, please contact the Modern Marketer.
Okay. All right, so there you heard it. If you have a need for that in your business, I think all businesses have a need, but if you have a need for that, and that sounds interesting, that would be a good move to make, would be to give them a call. Their website and their contact information is at the end of this video, and it's also at the bottom of this page, and they have an awful lot of marketing services, so be sure to check them out. I thank you very much for coming in and being a part of our program today, and wish you a great deal of success.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having us.
All right, thanks.